All right, let's kick off the week here at Wild West, round 8 of the In30 Motorsports Cross Car Championship. I am Frank Monak, joined as always with the one, the only, Anthony James. Anthony, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. A little exhausted, but besides that, we're doing fine. I'm excited for some good racing tonight.
Me too, and we're starting to get to the point where things are winding down. So we got pretty much this week. Next week, we're crowning a champ, and things are getting pretty tight in the standings. Let's go ahead and pull those up real quick. As you can see, Sean Winkler and Cody Winecki tied for that top spot. Zach Drapkin, Chase Greer, Brian Lockwood, Nathan Metoxen, really no movement there. But then we got Taylor Vandenbush, Emma Flynn, Mike, Jeff, Nick, and Connor all moving up a little bit. And then Cody with the unfortunate DQ of himself, dropping him down along with Eddie Farnes and Drake Matag. So, what are you expecting this week, Anthony, as we kind of look at those?
I'm trying to figure this out, Frank, of how Eddie is 1,216 points behind the guy in front of him. But he's out there. He missed a couple of races because of work and whatnot. But you know what? Sorry, Eddie. Good luck.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know who does quality control for this league, but we'll be having a conversation.
We're going to have to talk to HR about that. But anyways, the points are really close between Cody and Sean. As you know, they're tied, which isn't uncommon for AMX with how our point system is. I've noticed the last couple times since we went to passing points that going into the final weeks of racing, we've always seemed to either have a tie for either first or second for the last couple of seasons we've had. So I'm really excited to see how this goes and see who comes out on top for this series.
Yeah, and some other things to kind of point out before we get into tonight's racing. If you're tuning in over at amxiRacing.com and have the drivers' cameras up over there, we got quite a few. We got Sean Winkler, Zap Drapkin, Jeffrey Latch, Taylor Vandenbush, and Cody Harrelson all sharing what they got going on over there. So you can pick your driver and kind of follow along
Sean's
that way as well.
Still trying to figure himself out over there. So.
Yeah, that's been kind of ongoing for a second. And then also, speaking of fantasy and points, I somehow am winning something. So I shoot to the top with you right behind me, Nick Nowak in third, and then Eddie Farnes and Dale Sharp rounding out the top 5 for fantasy. So no fantasy this week, but go ahead and get your picks in for the final round next week as we crown the champion, both for a driver and the fantasy championship. So. Looks like we got...
that's another close battle, too, is the fantasy. I didn't think it was going to be that close by the end of the season, but, somehow people are just guessing correctly, Frank.
That's really kind of what it feels like at this point, where it's, especially in these cross cars, your guess sometimes is as good as mine, and we're just along for the ride. And speaking of along for the ride, looks like Checker Flag is coming out, so we're going to go ahead and... draw for some start positions for the heat races. We'll see kind of how...
We should have 2 heat races tonight.
How this shapes up. So, Anthony, go ahead and introduce Heat 1 for us.
All right, for heat race number 1 of round number 8 of Wild West Raceway Motorsports Park. Starting on pole is Taylor Vandenbush. Starting on the outside is cousin Nathan Metoxen. And row number 2, starting P3 is Sean Winkler. And outside is Chase Garrett in position 4. And row number 3, it is Zachary Drapkin in 5th, and Drake Mateg 6th, Cody Winecki 7th, and Brian Lockwood 8th, running out the good old field. So All three of the podium finishers from last week are in this heat race.
Yeah, this is a stacked heat. It's gonna be fun for sure.
Yeah, Taylor's got a lot of work to do to keep them all behind him, and Nathan, he's sounded like he was struggling a little bit, so we'll see what he can do in this heat race now.
Yeah, 4 laps will make up the heat, and Anthony, is we've seen, it goes quick here, so.
Oh yeah. We could be talking about one thing. Next thing you know, it's white flag. So, out of the cousins on the front row here, who do you think is going to take each other out? Take the other one out first.
Oh, that one's always hard to say. I mean, they both run really, really well overall, but Taylor, I think, having that kind of inside advantage, he's going to do all he can to protect it.
Green flag.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and we're green. Everyone get a nice, good, clean start going into turn one. It kind of looks like they're still pacing, but they're just building up that speed still as we get a clean through turn number one. Everybody's still side by side as Nathan looks to the inside into turn two. He looks like he might have the run, and he does. He gets the slide job in front of Taylor as Taylor gets the inside on turn three as Nathan chops the door off. Nose off, not door. Jesus, these words are hard.
Yeah, it looked like
Nathan Matak. Oh, that's Sean Winkler up there. That's my bad. My apologies. Nathan's in third there. As Nathan gets a little kitty wampus as Chase does a huge slider across Nathan's nose and almost takes each other out as Zachary Dropkin moves into third place. As Sean now has about a 0.4 second of a gap, 0.4 of a gap there as Nathan gets back around Chase, and Drake Mateg is just kind of lurking back there.
Look at this. Taylor Van Den Bush. Second. Looks like
we
Nathan
got a little bit of an
Matossin.
incident in the back there between Chase, Lockwood, and Winnicke. That's not going to help Winnicke at all. Ooh, Chase has some damage. He might have to go to the pits. We'll see what he can do for the rest of this race as Taylor gets a little sideways going into turn four as we complete lap number 2 of 4. And as right now, Taylor's in a sandwich of Racecross Academy. So we'll see what he can do and see if he can track down Sean and learn a thing or two, or if maybe he needs to play some blocking to hold Dropkin back there. Dropkin looked like he got a little loose on exit, left turn 1. Going into turn 2 here. Taylor trying everything he can to find some kind of a grip out there to catch him, but Sean just looks way too smooth out there as Nathan is starting to look like he's starting to figure it out. As Chase has entered the pits to fix his car, or he'll just pit and end it for the night back there. As looks like Dropkin has pulled in a little closer to Taylor, but doesn't look like a whole lot as we take the white flag in heat race number 1. Taylor gets the inside wall a little bit. That'll help Dropkin out as we go on board with Dropkin going into turn number 2. Gets a nice little wide run out of the corner. It's as close as possible, almost like a Pro 2 line. And looks like he's going to have some kind of a run down the back straightaway as we go back up to Sean Winkler as he comes around the final corner for the final time in the heat race number 1 to take the checker flag in this win as Dropkin gets a little loose, and as heat race number 1 goes to Sean Winkler. Taylor Van Den Bush P2, Dropkin 3rd, Nathan Toxin 4th, Drake Mateg 5th, Brian Lockwood 6th, Cody Winnicke 7th, and Chase Guerrero in the pits 2 laps down in 8th.
Well, that's a sign of things to come. I think we're in for some good racing tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up heat number 2 on the night.
Absolutely, and starting up pole, it's Connor Berry. And starting in P2, it's Cody Harrelson. In third, Eddie Farnes. We didn't think he was going to be able to show up tonight, but he's made it. In P number 4, Nick Nowak. In fifth, Jonathan Pepin. Sixth, Emma Flynn. And rounding out the field is Jeffrey Latch. You know, this heat race I feel like is going to be pretty good for some of these guys to really make up a lot of points if they can get through the field really nicely.
Yeah, Connor Berry's sitting in a good position. I don't have the results in front of me from last week, but if I remember right, he finished pretty well. So hopefully he can keep the night going. As sounds like rev limiters are up, or that's just a driver out there having a good old time.
I'm gonna say it's a driver having a great time.
That sounds better.
That's better.
Green flag.
So last week Connor finished in 11th. So he's looking for a much better finish this go around, as Connor and Cody go into turn 2. About a car lane. Oh, we got big issues in the back as we got. Who's that flipping back there?
It looked like Emma Flynn and Jeffrey is what's showing on my end as being involved in that wreck. Jeffrey going to the pits, so definitely unfortunate for him.
It looked like a 3-car pileup with 1 car going over, so I'm assuming that was Jeffrey probably flipping. But that worked out for Emma as she jumped up a few different spots after that. As Eddie Farnes is lurking about 10, we'll say about 10 car lengths back. We'll see what he can do, if he can figure out any kind of a speed to catch these two up here, as Cody Harrelson is looking to improve from last week from his accidental disqualification of himself. So he has the speed. We'll see what he can do the rest of this race. As Connor's always been smooth. Mr. Smooth Operator. Sorry, I had to get that out of the system.
I was gonna say, it's funny how sometimes the song lyrics just feel so appropriate for the situation.
Right. Oh, Eddie goes way wide in turn 4. Must have got a little crossed up in the little whoop section back there just before the corner, as Emma Flynn is now got a hold off Nick, as Nick looks like he is starting to reel her back in. And this track has always been really good to Nick. He kind of has this track down. It's kind of his baby. So look forward to see what he can do in the rest of this race and see what he can do in the Pro Lights later on. As we're going to drone footage there on but Emma there, but Connor's still holding on to about an 0.8 to a second lead on Cody, as he actually just grew the lead even longer right there on the exit of that corner. As we take the white flag, just like that, like we were saying earlier, this race can go by so fast.
And I think it goes without saying, I don't know if we covered it before, but there is no LCQ. Everyone's going to transfer tonight, so it's really just a battle for position out here. And as with the standing start, going into turn 1, you're definitely going to want a good position.
Absolutely, or somewhere on the right side. So if you're in this heat race, you're golden, in my opinion. As Connor, look, he's coming into the whoop section into the final corner, nice and easy, no issues, nice and smooth. Cody sends it deep in there, trying to make up as much ground as he can, as Connor just barely misses the opening right there, and he takes heat race number 2. Cody Harrelson second, Eddie Farnes third, Emma Flynn fourth, Nick Nowak fifth, Jonathan Pepin sixth, and Jeffrey Latch in the pits.
Well, with that, that should wrap up heat racing for us. We're going to go ahead and go into our 5-minute warm-up. And while we do that, We'll take you back to last week when we were at Lucas Oil. And look at this. We got Emma up to 5th. She's having a great second half.
Hey, anything can happen. You never know what might happen. She might snag a top 3 out of this, how things are going so far.
Taylor Vanden Bush working hard, trying to close that gap. Looks like Taylor's leaning into it there.
I was gonna say, I know Taylor's seen another. There's another car out there with green wheels, with green wheels, I should say with just green on it in general. He's got to beat every car out there with the green on it. So he's doing everything he can. He's got to be the top finishing green vehicle out there, right?
This is for second right here, Sean and Brian. Brian's looking for a hole. Unfortunately, Sean's just not giving it to him.
I was going to say, it looks like Brian is definitely faster. As we come to the white flag for Kono Benecki. 1 lap to go. As we look at the battle, continue watching as Winnicke has a huge lead right now. As we continue watching the battle for second place here between Winkler and Lockwood.
Got another battle back here. This is for 8th, or excuse me, 7th.
Drop can get a little bit of issue back there, up there as well.
Yeah, Jason's kind of having an off night. It seems like he's kind of struggling to move up through the pack. But no troubles for this guy right here.
No, sir. He has been on point with a couple little hiccups here and there as he takes a very conservative line through there. As Lockwood and Winkler are battling out still back there as Winnicke sends it in deep off the jump. Goes nice and easy, a little bit wider than he has, not too bad. Comes out clean. One more set of donuts he needs to get around. Takes her way wide. As Winnicke will come home with round number 7. Win at Lucas Oil Raceway in the Itm Motorsports Cross Cars, followed by Sean Winkler, Brian Lockwood. Dropkin was able to hold off Emma Flynn and all them as Flynn is lost quite a bit as Nathan Toxin. Dropkin finishes 4th, Matoxin 5th, Chase Gear 6th, Taylor Vin was 7th, and who's going to come home?
Well, it's going to come down to Cody Winnicke and Sean Winkler, I think, for this series championship. Both sitting tied right now. It's kind of anyone's game. But before we go any further, Anthony, let's run through the people that make this possible for AMX.
Yeah, we'd like to thank good old Itm Motorsports, big off-road vlogging over there in Montana. Make sure you go follow them and all that fun stuff. Just Trim Lawn Service, make sure you get a hold of them for any lawn service needs in Green Bay. Winnicke Motorsports, Cody Winnicke. Make sure to go follow them on Facebook. CG Motorsports, that's Chase Care. Make sure you go follow him on Facebook for all the racing stuff. Refuse to Lift, Mr. Frank here with all the broadcasting he has provided for us. I really appreciate it. BGM Racing, look up on Facebook for the Facebook group, and that's Nick is kind of the guy heading that, so keep up to date of all the off-road racing there in Lewistown, Montana, and Borschinger Shin Sport. Solomon Borschinger, thank you big much for sponsoring the hard charger of the for the Itm Motorsports Cross Cars.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just see how everyone's kind of doing here, getting ready for main event time. Looks like Zach Drapkin just chilling. Sean, I don't know what's going on with his camera. He's just
yeah, we're not sure. And it looked like Drapkin just woke up out of bed. Looks like his what was that? His dog's laying there on the bed over there, hanging out, having a good time, watching Zach do his best out there.
Yeah, so about 10 more seconds here before the checkered flag comes out and we wave these guys in, and we do a shootout here at Wild West. Wild West has always been one of my favorite tracks, Anthony. It's a good blend of technical, but not like overly technical, if that kind of makes sense to you.
Yeah, and especially with it being a free track now, within the last couple of years being a free track, everybody's just gotten really good with this track and just starting to learn the in and outs of what you can and can't do here.
All right, well, let's go ahead and introduce the field for tonight. 15 laps will make it happen. Anthony, take it away for us.
All right, in row number 1, we got the 720 of Sean Winkler. In row number 2, we got the number 2 of Connor Berry. In row number, or I should say position 2, row number 2, in 3rd place, we got the 89 of Taylor Vandenbush. And in 4th, we got the 4 of Cody Harrelson. In row number 3, in 5th, we got the number 56, Zachary Drapkin. And in 6th, we got the 21 of Eddie Farnes. In row number 4, in 7th, we got the 19 of Nathan Matoxin. And in 8th, we have the 33 of Emma Flynn. In position number 9, we got the number 04 Drake Mateg and the number 145 of Nick Nowak in 10th. And then in 13th, we got the number 9 Cody Winecki, 14th. I almost forgot Brian Lockwood in 11th, Jonathan Pepin 12th in the number 43 and 28 cars. And then rounding out the field, it is Chase Gare in the 24.
Green flag.
And we're up. Green, 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 as it looks like one car, looked like Nick was going to slow over and let people by, but no, he's heading charge in and just got a little, oh no, he's letting people by as we go side by side into turn 1. Door to door, everybody trying to not avoid everybody's tires so they don't get all kitty-moppus and go haywire. As Chase Gare and Zachary Drapkin both running pro buggy, so they've been really confident with these cars in the open wheel features. Connor Berry right now, we had a little bit of an issue back there with Cody Winecki is turned around. As we go into turn 4, Taylor had to get on the binders a little bit to keep from hitting into Connor Berry as Connor starts to pull away from Taylor a little bit. And in 4th, we got Drapkin trying to hold off Harrelson and Matoxin after lap number 1 as Matoxin throws it in deep on Harrelson. Harrelson has got pushed out a little wide, but looks like Harrelson's starting to make a move as we go on board with Taylor Vandenbush, as he's trying to chase down the other 2 drivers. As he looks to the inside of Connor, but just does not have enough as Connor runs a little bit wider. Oh, they make contact on the exit, it looks like. But they are still going straight, thankfully. That's going to help Zach a little bit trying to catch him, as Taylor takes a little bit wider line to try and get that little momentum. As Lockwood is sitting back here in 7th place, trying to do what he can to get back up there to try and continue his podium streak that he has right now going. As Chase looks to the inside of Harrelson, as Chase is trying to rebound after a rough last week. As we go back up front, Connor starting to lose ground on Sean, and Taylor doing everything he can, throwing everything at him that he can do to try and get around him.
This is unfortunate. It looks like Cody Winecki's in the pits already 2 laps down, and you only get a lap back under caution, so that could potentially be a huge upset going into next week.
Well, thankfully, this is the last. The one thing we forgot to mention to everybody: this is the last week for drop weeks. There, next week is not droppable. So thankfully, this is a droppable week for him if need be. But it doesn't help that Mr. Sean Winkler is leading the way out there. As we look back here at Drake Mateg trying to hold off Brian Lockwood, who has fought his way through the field here a little bit to get to where he is, as he looks to the right side of their side-by-side going into turn number 3. As Drake gets into the wall, Lockwood's going to try and get the momentum line to get the run on the outside. As he does, he's straight to the door side-by-side. Let's see what Lockwood does going in turn 4 here. Let's see if he can get the run off the corner, if he can do a crossover, or if he's just going to stay a little bit wider. He Can he stay a little bit wider, try and get that momentum going down the back straightaway? As Chase is looking to the inside of Lockwood as he falls back into line. Lockwood looks to the inside of Mateg.
Look at this battle developing up front here.
I'm not sure what happened back there, but you know, we're going to look at these guys as these two are now battling it out. Vandenbush is looking to the inside of Barry. Barry now on the inside and going into turn 3. Oh, throws it in deep, and Taylor had nowhere else to go. Unfortunately, he is around and has to wait now as everybody gets around Taylor.
That's unfortunate, but if that's going to happen, thank God it's before the comp caution.
Yes. It looked like Connor threw it in deep, got a little too sideways, and Taylor just had nowhere to go. As we're coming to the comp yellow this time by, I believe, right?
Should be start of lap 8, I believe, is what was briefed.
Right, that's right. That's right. My apologies, everybody, as we look on board here with old Dropkin. I'm not sure if he's froze or if he's driving. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, it's just a little latency coming in.
He looks very focused and intense right there, as he is now in 3rd place and doesn't have to worry about it too much, as Nathan is under fire from Mateg currently, as Lockwood is trying to gain that ground back after losing it earlier on.
There's a lot of good battles kind of developing here throughout the field. It's kind of hard to pick one to stay focused on.
There's quite a bit all over the place. And he throws it in deep, gets into Harrelson. Oh boy, and Mateg was just kind of hanging out there. I'm not sure what happened. What happened there?
Looks like Eddie's falling in the timing tower.
Yeah, it looked like Eddie got the bad end of the stick of that one.
But with a 2-second lead, we got to talk about this guy here.
He is on rails right now, Frank, as he comes to the, I believe the competition yellow this time.
It should be this time by, is what I would expect.
And that 2-second lead is now gone. So it just should be interesting. We got 2 drivers from Racecraft up there in the top 3, or I should say top 5. So it should be interesting to see how they do the restart. You know, last time we were here, Sean did jump the restart on this race, so maybe this time he doesn't do that.
It would be in his best interest.
Restart zone this time. Anyways, he did have that little bit of an issue last time, but I think he learned his lesson from last time, and he's gonna do better.
Looks like everyone getting in position with Sean Winkler out front, and then we'll double file restart this if I can talk tonight. That will be a challenge in and of itself. Looks like Winecki getting a lap back. He's gonna go around.
I think I found somebody who wants to come over and give us a quick chat.
Yeah, pull him on up. Let's see who we got.
Nathan, real quick, buddy, how you doing? I think he's camera shy. Nathan, you got a copy? All right, well, he didn't want to talk to us. That's all right. As they go back, as they're getting ready to go back green, anyways.
I was gonna say, Anthony, I think he's so focused. He's either he's getting yelled at by the boss. One of the two.
We're gonna say he's being yelled at, or he has his mic muted. But that's okay. As we get ready to go green, as we say, the restart zone is from the tip of the jump of the tabletop to the start-finish line. Anywhere in there, Sean can go. And we're a green. As everybody kind of spreads out, go 4 wide into turn 1 for a split. Oh, they're still 4 wide coming out of the corner. 4P number 5. I think that's for 5th. No, that's for 3rd. 4 wide for 3rd. Holy crap.
Anthony, there's just a lot of cars at this point.
3 wide. Too wide. Oh my goodness sakes. They're all coming, and they get out of it alive. I think the driver who benefited the best out of that, it was Brian Lockwood, who goes from, I think it was 8th or 6th or 7th or whatever to 4th. I think he came out of there pretty good. Now he can try and now set his sights on Dropkin, try and keep his, I believe his podium streak alive, as Nathan Metoxen is now under fire from Chase Gare. As Gare has a huge lead right now. Gets in, as he gets into, give him a nice little body shot, and they still get out of there. Going into turn number 3, now Mateg is going to look to the inside of Chase. Chase gets way wide, sends it, and
Chase
collects
going
Emma
around.
and Jonathan Pepin. And Emma's stuck on the wall. As we look up front here with the Zachary Dropkin, who now has to try and chase down Connor Berry. Absolutely, Gecko. Sean is doing fantastic. He just had a 2-second lead, as I've probably seen, and is now wiped away from that restart. So we'll see if Connor and Dropkin have anything for him for this second half, as Sean has controlled the wave quite a bit and he has currently, I believe, the second fastest lap. Is right on board with Jeffrey Latch here. Running in about 10th place, 9th place, right around in there. Trying to hold off a Nick Nowak back there. Trying to get another top 10 on the year.
Yeah, that sun's brutal in the sim right now.
Oh, yeah. Those afternoon starts tend to do that to you sometimes.
Looks like not
As
too
Connor
much movement up front.
Looks like Connor has slowly, I think, gained about 1 or 2 car lengths on Sean. So, as the 3 of them are slowly but surely catching up. As Connor gets, as I say that,
Ooh.
Connor.
That's
gets
what we get for
into the
talking.
ball. I know, right?
We're you know the rule. We get blamed for that one.
Sorry, Connor. My bad. As that moves Brian Lockwood into 3rd place.
And I don't have the stats right in front of me, but I believe would this be a career best for Brian, or has he been on the podium before?
No, like I've been saying, Frank, this will be, if he can finish here, this will be 3 podiums in a row of 3rd place finishes.
I guess I should start listening when you talk to me.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm just another guy talking over here. As we look at Cody Harrelson trying to hold off Drake Mateg for the final few laps here, as Cody has had a rough night of people kind of door banging against him, and somehow he gets a jump and bad contact out of there as Drake Mateg is now off the track. Not sure what happened there, but there was a lot of contact. As we look at Chase now, just trying to salvage another top 10 at this point. Eddie, we've missed him for the last couple of weeks, and he's just trying to get back into the groove. As we got a nice little battle in front of him between Connor Berry and Jeffrey Latch. So we'll go back up here to Mr. Dropkin. Let's see how he's doing, huh?
Yeah, let's check in with Dropkin.
Hey, his feet's coming in better this time, so he's doing good.
Yeah, definitely focused. And, you can tell he's just focused on hitting hitting his marks, and we got one up in the wall back there. It looks like that's Connor Berry's dropping. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but as you can tell, that these cars, they got a lot of wheel play in them because you're constantly fighting it to try and keep them straight. But yeah. It looks like he's kind of lost a lot of ground to Sean there in the last couple of laps. I'm sure Zach is just happy as all get out to be where he's currently at right now. As we go taking the white flag here in round number 8. Sean Winkler has a comfortable 2-second lead, as Sean has been absolutely smooth and on rails all night long.
Yeah, Drapkin having a good night as well. Brian right behind him. Although Nathan really wants that podium spot, and he's quickly running out of time to do it.
Oh yeah, he's having a good night. He's definitely needed a good race night. As Sean comes in through the whip section through the final corner of the track, coming down the hill here for the final time this race, and he will take round number 8 win, followed by Zachary Dropkin, Brian Lockwood, Nathan Metoxen, Cody Harrelson, Jeffrey Latch, Eddie Farnes, Nick Nowak. Chase going way off the track over there, but he will come home in 9th. And Cody Omanecki 10th, 1 lap down. Jonathan Pepin 1 lap down, and Emma Flynn 2 laps down. And Connor Berry, Drake Patague, and Taylor Vandenbush. You know, I didn't see what happened to Taylor there at the end. Oh, that's right. He got caught up in that mess. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there were a few drivers that just kind of got. Looks like they just kind of got caught up in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Yep.
So let's see if we got anybody. Not yet. Waiting for them to get their celebrations done and waiting for them to come talk to us. While we wait, like we were saying, season is starting to come to an end. So next week we'll take it to Crandon International Raceway, where we will crown a champion that night. It's also the final round for the Fantasy Championship. So you can start looking at what drivers you think will favor you going into next week and get those locked in.
Absolutely. Well, we got first and second right now. I'll give a couple of seconds before Brian gets here.
Yeah, while we do that, let me, before we pull them in, let me throw a shameless plug at our AMX app available on the Google Store, or if you're on iPhone, you can just add it to the home page. Great way to stay in touch with the schedule, series, results, all the good stuff. All the ways to stay in touch as we wrap up the series and get ready to announce the next one.
All right. Looks like we got the drivers here, and I think I'll bring in our third place driver, huh?
Let's do it.
Mr. Brian Lockwood, you got a copy, sir?
I sure do. Good evening.
Are we gonna start making this a regular occurrence now? 3 for 3 in third places?
Well, hopefully not. I mean, I'd like to finish better than third, but one step at a time.
Well, hey, absolutely. I feel like that second half of the race, especially that restart, really benefited for you with the whole 4 wide and people kind of moving each other out of the way. I feel like you just you knew what you needed to do and come out on third place here.
Yeah, I mean, this was really the entire, both the heat and the feature were just wait for opportunities, take opportunities, don't waste opportunities. Because, I mean, you saw it with me and Zach, 2 people who are pretty similar in pace. There's just not really much action. You saw it with me and Drake, too. It was really hard to get by, even when, at least at first, I had a little bit of pace on him. The big events were coming from, as you said, those 4 wides, somebody spinning, me spinning, right? Like, it was, if you didn't spin and you didn't get spun into, you'd probably end up having a pretty good race. So I just kind of lived by that, and we ended up in third.
Absolutely. That's kind of a thing with Wild West is once it kind of gets spread out, the only thing that you can really hope for is just another driver to have a little bit of an issue. And after that restart, and that kind of just played out to you, like you said, to your favor, and having another great points night to move up in the points.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm thankful. I wasn't sure about this week coming in, and I at least feel like I got pretty lucky with how the races went, so we'll take it.
Absolutely. Congrats on third place. And you got any friends, family, sponsors you want to thank on tonight's race?
Yeah, as always, shout out to Emma and her dad. Mentioning people who spun, people getting spun into. She got collected in one of them, unfortunately, but training went pretty well, so looking forward to building on that. And shout out to the Lumeris Racing Institute, everybody there. Graciously, now not just letting me race in a league when I'm supposed to be there helping out, but now shoot over for an interview also. And they're all cool with it. So thanks to everybody there as well.
That's awesome. And again, congrats and good luck with whatever you're doing over there.
Thanks very much. Have a great night, guys.
Have a good one. That was third place, Brian Lockwood.
All right, I got to hunt down Mr. Zach Drapkin. Zach, man, you're always fun to watch. Just take me through how tonight went for you from the heat all the way to the main. It seemed like everyone was racing in pretty close proximity, and I know it's going through your head that if you hook a wheel, you're pretty much done. So, how do you kind of look for opportunities without really threading the needle?
I'm going to be honest, that race was kind of interesting. I didn't really make any passes. Everyone in front of me kind of just died in the main event. So, like, I felt bad watching Taylor hit the wall and then Connor hit the wall. And I guess I just played my part and sat there and did nothing. So I was I let the puzzle pieces or let the dominoes fall. And I guess I finished where I needed to be on second. So it's good points night. And I'm still trying to figure out how to drive these things. They're interesting. I feel like driving, I don't even know what to explain, but it doesn't drive very straight. So you hit a bump and the thing just is like, eh. So
Well, it looks like you're figuring it out. So, watching you race, you're smooth. You look very calculated in what you're doing. I can definitely tell you got some experience behind you, and just understanding what people are going to do, how they're going to react, and I think you're just setting yourself up for a good position going into next week. Just
I agree.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun chasing people, and you just gotta learn your racecraft. You gotta follow the right distance. You can't sit on their butt right in the corner, because sit on their butt. Look what happened. Unfortunately, when Taylor spun, I drove right through him because I was too close. If I would have given half a car length, I could have zigged around. I could have zigged and not zagged, and would have made a pass real easy and not damage my car. So, but I do got to thank a couple of sponsors that keep this thing going. Racecraft Academy. I have a list. Racecraft Academy, Red Line Oil, Signature Propellers, Competitive Edge Performance, Weddle Industries, Sean, Cody, and Austin, and Cody Winecki, their whole team, Sign Pros, you guys, CBR Performance, and Skydive Elsinore, and everyone that keeps this little, I don't even know what you want to call it, a beehive running and looking good. So,
yeah.
And thank you guys for putting on a great stream. I love watching them.
Well, the only reason why we have a good stream is because we have good drivers like you coming out every week to support us. So thank you so much for being a part of this, and we look forward to hopefully talking to you next week. Hope to see you back on the podium for a good finish.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Frank. And I'll see you guys in the Pro 2 Light Race.
Yep, right. Absolutely. Have a good one.
Lizard.
Lizard, as we have Mr. Sean Winkler, tonight's race winner of round number 8. How you doing, man?
Hello, Anthony. Good. How are you doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic. We just weren't able to see your camera the entire night, but other than that, we're doing great.
Why not? What do you mean?
It says it's loading for us on our end, but that's all right.
Oh, well, I'll try to restart it. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. But other than
bummer.
That, it looked like you pretty much ran a clinic tonight on how to drive with Racecraft Academy. What was kind of tell us how your mindset was tonight from the heat race to the feature, just kind of putting on a clinic.
We just try to keep it empty up there. No real thoughts, no real thinking, just doing. Just letting the car drive, and I'm the slowest part of the car, so as long as I can keep it going in the right direction, I got a chance. The first heat race was stacked. I mean, there was Taylor and Drapkin and Drake and Brian Lockwood, Cody Winecki, all those guys in there, so I knew I had to get out in front real quick and control the front. So that's what we did. And then we had a good start from pole, and we were able to hold off Connor. He gave me a lot of pressure, but then I saw he kind of dropped off the timing sheet. So don't know what happened to him there. Maybe he spun out or something. Kind of a bummer to see that. I know we were battling good, but yeah, was able to run consistent. And as long as you don't make any mistakes, you can do pretty well. So yeah, happy for that overall, for sure.
Absolutely. It looked like Connor caught the wall and just kind of got stuck there, and the same with Taylor.
Ah, bummer.
So
Is that right? Yeah.
That's unfortunately what happened with them. But another great points night for you. You and Cody were both tied coming into the night. And what are your thoughts going into the final race of the season next week in Crandon, trying to go for a championship?
No thoughts, man. We're just going to send it. We're just going to drive it as hard as we can drive it, and however it shakes out is the way it's going to be. So hopefully we come out on top or somewhere near, and hopefully we can do good enough to win that championship. But, racing a pretty stacked field, anything can happen, especially at Crandon. A lot of jumps, a lot of straightaways. You got that cowboy corner. Oh, anything can happen, Anthony. I have no expectations going into there.
Hey, especially on that land rush with these things that we've seen in the past. Anything can happen, like you said.
Oh yeah, it can get spicy. Any little wheel touch and you start getting sideways and wiggling real quick. And once that car starts wiggling, it loses speed and you got to make it all back up somewhere. So it'll be tough. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. As always, it's always a blast having you in the booth. And you got
Thank
any
you very much.
friends, family, sponsors you want to thank for?
Yep. As always, thanks to Racecraft Academy for letting me drive with those guys. Glad we could bring another win home for them. And Real Broker and Next Level Racing and Pimax VR and all my friends and family watching out there. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we put on a good show for you tonight. And obviously AMX for putting on a really super fun league to be a part of. I know there's still some people out there who haven't heard of AMX. I've been evangelizing, telling people to come run it. So there's some excitement out there. And we'll try to get more people in here so we can keep putting on a good show for everybody. Yeah, thanks, Anthony. Thanks, Frank.
Hey, there's your beautiful face now.
Is it working now?
It's working now.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. I don't know. Woo! Number one. Thanks, Anthony.
Welcome,
hopefully we'll see you soon, but maybe not. Yep. Who knows?
Well, we'll see you in a Pro Lights race later on, huh?
Yeah. See ya.
All right. Have a good one. And thank you. That is Sean Winkler, race winner of round number 8.
Yeah, well, like we've been alluding to, make sure you stay tuned. Immediately following this, we're going to hop in some Pro 2 lights and turn them loose around the track again. So if you're tuning in on amxiRacing.com, just hang tight. We're going to switch everything over and come live again here in just a moment. Same thing if you're on Facebook. And if you're over on YouTube, Rumble, and Kick, just hang tight and look for the Just a Trim Pro 2 Championship thumbnail. We'll be right back here in just a moment.